You're an armed individual who's stopping me on the side of the street, so I would like to know your name.
I don't have to give you my
Okay, so then you could go. Okay, so then you can go.
But are you all set?
You can go. You can go. I mean, if it's not the law to give me your name, I think it's just common professionalism. When speaking with a member of the public and pulling over on the side of the road to speak to them, I think it would be common courtesy. And
do you have an ID on you?
Do I have an ID on me? I do, yeah.
Are you walking out?
Well, I'm just walking. It's a nice day. It's a little cold, but it's nice. All right. Do you have an ID on you or anything? You sure you don't want to give me your name? I wonder who I spoke to. I'm sorry?
I'm positive.
You're positive? Okay. Do you have like a badge number or something? Or do you think that your superior would be like okay with you just completely being
you can file that complaint.
uncooperative with a member of the public just asking for your name?
You have the right to file the complaint. See how we do it.
Well, how do I know who to file a complaint against?
The only one out here.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Yeah, no problem. All right, well, we're pretty much done with these individuals. Unknown, unprofessional individuals who don't want to identify themselves to members of the public, but yet you stop a member of the public on public property, asking all kinds of questions, asking for ID. The double standard is absolutely insane. When are they going to realize that they work for we the people? That's the part that I don't get. Again? Hey man, be careful. Be careful where you're driving, alright? You came pretty close to hitting me with your vehicle, sir. Did you hear me? Please be careful how you're...
Alright guys, what's up? Long Island Audit back again with another intense episode. Today we're outside the Old Colony Correctional Center in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. The mission stays the same: exercise our First Amendment rights, push transparency, and demand accountability. No games, no fear. Public property means public rights. Let's get straight into it and see how these officials react under pressure.
Driving. Are you a law enforcement officer? You're a corrections officer? Still don't want to give me your name?
No, you're not supposed to videotape it.
I can't record the
facility.
The facility? Really?
Signs, everybody.
Where are the signs? You said they're everywhere. I don't see them anywhere. If they were everywhere, I would see one, right?
You still walking out, or
I don't see any.
You still walking
I'm just walking. I mean, you just again, you almost hit me with the car, so you're a truck. So again, I mean, I think it was a little reckless. That's all. I think it was a little reckless.
I'm sure that's your perception. That's it.
I think it's an objective, reasonable perspective. Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, can I request a supervisor, officer unknown? Officer, can I request a supervisor? That was embarrassing. No supervisor. No one telling me their name. I really don't get it. So we have another state official license plate here. Hi. Are you a supervisor? Are you a supervisor, sir?
There's a canine in the car. Please step away from the vehicle.
I know, it's fine. He's okay.
Can you please step away from the vehicle?
He's okay. Are you a supervisor,
I
sir?
am not a supervisor, sir.
What is your name and badge
I do
number?
not need to give you a name and badge number. I'm not a state. You are on state property, right? What is your purpose on state property?
Well, you're not answering any of my questions. Why do I have to answer yours?
Do you have authorized?
Right off the bat, things get interesting. An officer pulls up, starts questioning aggressively. Who are you? What are you doing? Where's your ID? But here's the twist. He refuses to identify himself. That double standard hits hard. They demand answers but won't give any. That's not professionalism, that's control. And today, we're not backing down from that kind of behavior.
Communications control on state property.
I have authorization from the First Amendment of the United States Constitution.
Private state property.
Private?
Yes.
Who owns
State
it?
property. you need authorization from the Director of Communications to leave this property.
Who owns it?
We would ask you to leave the property.
Is that a statute?
Okay, sir.
I can't ask questions.
You're refusing to leave state property. We're just asking you to leave state property. We can escort you off state property.
This is open to the public.
Correct. But you are not authorized to film on here. All right? We're not authorized.
Is that a statute?
It's a statute within the Massachusetts Department of Corrections, yes.
Okay. So what is it? So I can look it up.
You can go contact headquarters. And
So
get
are you a
authorized.
law enforcement officer or a correctional officer?
I'm a correctional officer.
Okay. So why don't you just call a law enforcement officer?
I'm sorry, sir.
Why don't you call a law enforcement officer then?
I'm a correctional officer here at Massachusetts Department.
Right. But you're not a law enforcement officer. So if there's a conflict or a misinterpretation of the law, shouldn't we get a law enforcement officer out here to settle it? Yeah, no problem. There's so many people here, but I don't see a supervisor. I don't get it. Looks like law enforcement is here. Hey guys, how you doing? How are you? How are you today, sir? I'm doing well, sir. Thank you for asking. Would you mind if I got your name and badge number, sir?
Pina 5532.
Okay, Trooper Pina. Thank you.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how are you, sir?
I'm Trooper Lammer. Let's see, please back
How
up
are
a
you?
little while.
Yeah,
This is Trooper Pina.
yeah.
They want you trespassed here, okay? We get it, it's your right to film, it's your First Amendment right, but you're gonna be trespassed here, okay? Do you want to give us your ID?
Well, isn't this a public road here?
This is a state property, and we're asking you to leave. So I'm gonna give
This
hold on.
road is state property. I just want to be clear.
Yeah,
I just want to clarify, sir.
This is state property, right? I'm asking you very politely. I don't want to make this anything that it doesn't have to be. But you are being trespassed, so we do have to leave.
Now the pressure builds. The officer keeps pushing, asking for ID, acting like authority without accountability. But listen, this is a public space, and there's no law requiring ID here. The auditor stays calm but firm. Respect goes both ways. If you approach a citizen, at least have the courtesy to identify yourself. That's basic professionalism, something clearly missing right now.
From this public street.
No, this isn't a public street. This is state property. This whole thing, the fire academy and the prison is state property, okay?
Right. So without breaking any laws, I can be trespassed from publicly accessible areas
You
of
can
state
trespass for
property.
anything.
Really?
So the public street ends up there on Route 18, okay? This is a state facility. So if you don't leave, I'm sure you know what happens, okay? I don't want to get to that point, but I'm asking you, okay?
All right.
If you want to give us your ID, you can. If you don't, in Massachusetts, you're not required to. It would help me out, but if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Okay.
But
I just want to make it very clear. I'm not going to go back and forth with you.
Yeah.
This is state property that's open to the public to pass through.
So
And
this
you
is-
are
this
it,
is state
that
facility.
it connects to two public roads. That this is technically a
So,
public road too because it's owned by
I'm
the
giving
state.
you a lawful order.
I'm not arguing with you.
but
I just want to clarify.
If you have an issue with it, you can always file a complaint against me. My name's Trooper
Sure.
Mitchell
And
Lambert.
what troop are you on so I can go there and file a complaint?
Troop D.
Troop D.
It's a state police
And if I do not leave this premises, this public premises, you will arrest me.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. That's all I need to know.
My ID number
What is it?
4922.
4922? All right, I'll be heading over to your trooper.
That's fine. Did
I'll
you
be-
drive here? Did
Yeah. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna comply with your unlawful order under duress, and I will follow a complaint and possibly federal rights lawsuit. Okay?
I appreciate
And to hold you
I
accountable.
appreciate it.
Listen, man, I'm not trying to have you kidnap me in handcuffs.
I don't want to arrest you.
Right? I don't want you to arrest me either. There's a court of law where it could be handled. I'm not. Listen, that's
You
not.
can do it through that process.
Right, and that's what we will do. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. All right, take care. You know, it's always interesting when a law enforcement officer. I mean, at least he didn't force me to identify myself. But it's interesting. It's so interesting when law enforcement officers want to uphold policy and not the law.
Alright guys, now it escalates. Another officer rolls through, driving recklessly close, almost hits the auditor. Instead of apologizing, he flips the narrative. Claims about no recording allowed start flying. But here's the problem. No visible signs, no legal backing. Just empty statements. This is where misinformation becomes dangerous, and we're here to challenge it head on.
Law, the Constitution. We're in 2025. This is a public road here, funded by taxpayers, and yet they are removing me from under threat of arrest from the public street. Listen, I've been doing this for 4 years. I've been arrested, unfortunately, unlawfully 12 times. No criminal convictions out of all of those arrests. So I know what I'm doing, and we're going to have to just file a federal suppression suit against the state police and the correctional facility because that's clearly a public road funded by the taxpayers. Very clearly a public road. It is absolutely ridiculous. We're going to head over right now to speak to supervisor at the troop, get clarification. This is a bad look for the Massachusetts State Police. That's what I'll say. Very bad look. And that's my job, is to expose ignorant law enforcement officers who uphold policies and that do not honor the oath that they took to uphold our constitutional rights and the United States Constitution. Again, at least he didn't go hands-on. He didn't arrest me right away. He didn't force me to identify, but there's going to be accountability here. All right, fellow patriots, as promised, we are at the Massachusetts State Police troop here in Middleborough. Let's go file our complaint. Hey, Trooper Smith, I would like to speak to a supervisor regarding the complaint, please.
Do you want to file a complaint?
Yeah, I'd like to speak with a supervisor.
Would you like to speak to the supervisor? Are you on an SP34, which is a complaint form, or one to fill out?
Right, but I'm requesting to speak to a supervisor, though. That's my request, not a form.
Okay, thank you for that. Do you want a complaint form?
No, I want to speak to a supervisor, sir.
So you don't want a complaint form, you don't
Well,
want which one to talk to the supervisor?
I can get a complaint form, that's fine, but I also want to speak to a supervisor.
Now we demand a supervisor, because clearly, this situation is going nowhere. But guess what? No names, no badge numbers, no accountability. Another officer shows up, same energy, same refusal. They claim state property rules override constitutional rights. That's a bold claim, and a wrong one. Public access doesn't disappear just because they say so.
So you want the complaint form and you want to talk to a supervisor?
Right, sir, exactly. Thank you.
I'm going to get you the complaint form. You can sit down with supervisor.
Okay, sounds good.
It's our SP34.
I appreciate that, Trooper. Public response form.
You need a pen?
Yeah, I'll take a pen. Sure. Thanks.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, how are you, sir? Hi, my name is Sean, sir. I just wanted your supervisor's one thing.
Yeah, I'm a lieutenant.
Your lieutenant?
Yep.
And your name is?
Anthony Fabiano.
Anthony Fabiano.
What can I do for you?
Lieutenant Fabiano, I have a little bit of an issue. That's why I wanted to come here and address it with you guys. I was on a public road outside of the correctional facility here, and I was reporting. I'm a constitutional activist. I got some reports about the jail mistreating the inmates, so I just went there, walked up and down the public road there, not on the property and on the easement, and they didn't like that.
Not on the road?
Well, on the easement, the public easement of the road,
Okay.
of the public road. So some of your troopers came and responded because of the correctional facility had called them. Lambro and Pina, they arrived on scene, and they told me that I would be arrested if I didn't leave the public road immediately, because apparently, in their words, I could be trespassed for any given reason from the public road because it's owned by the state.
Okay.
So I'm just looking to get clarification on that situation being
It just depends if you're on their property.
right. But you would agree that a
I'm
public.
not going to agree with anything with you, okay? Do you have...
All right, listen, there's no need to be disrespectful.
Sir, listen to me.
No. You listen to me. Calm down.
No, I
Calm
won't listen
down.
to you, because I am speaking right now. Sir,
No. You.
Finally, law enforcement arrives. The tone shifts slightly, but the message stays the same: leave or face trespass. Even while acknowledging First Amendment rights, they enforce questionable orders. That contradiction says everything. Rights recognized, but not respected. The auditor chooses compliance under duress, making it clear this will be handled legally, not emotionally.
sir,
Are
I'm
being
speaking.
disrespectful,
Let
sir.
me tell you what I'm going to tell you, okay? If you have a complaint, you can fill out the SP3 form. You can send it in. You can do it online, all right? That's what I'm going to tell you right now.
But why does it need to be a complaint? You are a
You
lieutenant.
said you were going to file a complaint.
Right. But you are a
So,
lieutenant, sir.
okay,
And I'm asking you,
I understand.
is Conant, Conant Street?
I haven't been over there. I know what you're talking about.
Connor Street
The
and
main-
State Farm
the main road,
Yeah, that
Route 18?
cuts through, yeah.
Is it Route 18?
No. It's the one that cuts through the complex. That
Okay.
cuts through where there's a fire department there and everything else. I was on the easement of that road, and I was just threatened with arrest by troopers.
Okay,
from
well,
this-
the facility
from this
policy
trip.
that you were banging on their windows and out their windows and stuff.
Banging on what windows? If I'm on the easement,
I wasn't on scene, sir.
I understand. I have the
Then
video.
I
Would you like to
can
watch
go
the video?
I can go look at the video
Right.
when I get a chance, but I can't watch it right now because I'm speaking to you.
Right.
Okay? So, if there is a complaint, you can fill this out. You can fill it in. You can do it online
Understood.
or anything like
I
that.
understood. I'd much rather have a productive conversation than file a
So
formal
listen to me.
complaint.
I don't have time to sit here and have a conversation. I'm in charge of the entire shift. If you need police services, we
Right.
can give you police services. If you have
I would think a constitutional rights violation would be
Sir,
a priority
you have
for you,
a complaint?
Lieutenant. Would that be a priority for you?
Listen to me. If you have a complaint,
You're like dismissing it as out of hand and that you don't want to deal
I'm
with
not
it.
dismissing
You
it.
are, and you're being very disrespectful
No,
to
I'm
me.
not. You have a problem. You need police assistance.
I need assistance, yes, from the
Yeah, we'll look
supervisor.
into it. We'll look
Right.
into it.
I do
I
need
can't do it standing.
Right.
Okay.
So if I go back to that street, am I be arrested?
As long as you're on the main street and you're not in the
That's what I'm
facility
saying. This is very
where
simple.
it says trespassing, if there's trespassing sign
Right.
right there, then
Right.
that's where you're trespassing.
Right. But
Okay.
what I'm telling you is that's what I'm saying.
As the situation cools down, the real issue becomes clear: policy over law. Officers rely on internal rules instead of constitutional rights. That's a serious problem. This isn't just about one interaction. It's about a system failing to educate its own people. And when that happens, citizens are the ones who pay the price.
This is not like a hard situation. It's a public street versus the correctional facility property.
I'll have to look at the video footage because I wasn't there.
All right, but I want you to understand that right now my rights are being chilled because now I'm in fear of if I go back there to exercise my rights, I will be
Stay
arrested.
on the public road.
So,
Stay on the public road.
so if I stay on the public, which is
Just
State
like
Farm
you're on the
Road,
public
I just want to clear.
I don't know which one's the public road on it. I don't know where the signs are. That's not my facility.
But if your troopers are going to, I understand that, sir.
They
But what I'm saying, if your troopers are trying to enforce a trespass, shouldn't you know whether the road's public or not?
I will look into it. All right, but if you have a complaint, you can fill out the complaint. If not, if there's nothing else we can do for you, we're all set.
So where does this complaint go? To you?
No, goes to headquarters.
To headquarters? And where's headquarters?
What's
Worcester?
the road? Right.
Worcester Road. Maybe I'll have better luck going there.
You can fill it out online anonymously.
Right.
Set it up.
No, it's not an opportunity. My name is Sean. I'm not trying to be anonymous. I'm trying to get accountability for my rights being violated, sir.
You have a great day, sir.
If this is the way you guys treat the public for complaints, I mean, it makes a lot of sense what happened here. It makes a lot of sense. Look, they're so busy. You just got people standing around doing nothing. Sitting around doing nothing. Standing around doing nothing. Standing around eating some chips. Doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely ridiculous. This is the way they treat members of the public.
Alright guys, now we take it further, heading to the state police troop to file a complaint. This is where accountability should happen, right? But instead of answers, we get forms. Instead of conversation, we get dismissal. The system protects itself. And that's exactly why documenting these encounters is so important.
It's not a complicated complaint, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not. It's a public road. I'm on the easement. Three years ago, I would have taken the ride. And I've been sitting right back here in the back of the troop. I would have gone through court, eventually beat the charges, gotten high bail like rotten. It's just becoming too taxing, just on mental health alone. Like, these people need to get educated. This is 2025. How many federal lawsuits do I need to file? How many complaints do I need to file to get some accountability here? Even if I take the ride, I don't get accountability. They get away with it every time. It's like Fahey, just like Utter. I would have killed you 20 years ago. You'd be dead. Your teeth would have been missing. It's so, the lack of accountability is extremely concerning for law enforcement throughout this country, whether we're in Massachusetts now, California, Florida, whatever the case may be. It is extremely concerning, the lack of accountability in law enforcement. 2025, law enforcement officers don't know that you could film on a public easement of a public road funded by taxpayers. It is a traditional public forum. I mean, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a law enforcement officer, but these are easy concepts to understand. And the lieutenant wants to try and bully me. I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm not going to tolerate it. Why don't you own up to what your officers did, your troopers did? They violated my rights. Own up to it. Maybe even apologize. Maybe say...
The supervisor steps in, but instead of clarity, we get resistance. No straight answers. No acknowledgement of possible wrongdoing. Just file a complaint. That's not leadership, that's avoidance. When public officials refuse to engage, it raises serious questions. Who holds them accountable when they ignore the very rights they swore to uphold?
Mr. Reyes, we're sorry we violated your rights. We were ignorant of constitutional law, of your First Amendment rights. We were completely ignorant. We apologize. You can go back there. No problem. You're not going to have any problems from us. And then they say that I was banging on windows. The correctional facility says I'm banging on their windows and doing all types of craziness. They literally lie, just like Fahey, just like the Connecticut State Police. They lie when everything is on camera for the world to see. They don't want you. They don't want we the people to believe our eyes. They want us to believe their narrative. Their false narrative concocted with lies. It's ridiculous. And I'm not going to tolerate it. We got to file a lawsuit. I would have preferred an apology, and we'll do better next time, Mr. Reyes. It doesn't have to come to a federal lawsuit every time or a formal complaint that's going to go nowhere because they investigate themselves and find no wrongdoing. Wake up, people. This is law enforcement across our country. This is how they treat the members of the public. This is how they treat taxpayers. They are public servants that work for us, but yet they can never treat us with respect. They can never respect our rights, which is why I will continue to do what I do. I will continue to promote transparency and accountability in our government. I'll continue to peacefully exercise my rights. It's completely mind-blowing. It really is. So maybe we'll head over to the headquarters. I don't know. It's getting late. Might have to go tomorrow, so it might be another video. But this is ridiculous. So we're going to file our complaint. They're going to investigate themselves and find no wrongdoing. We'll go to headquarters. We'll do what we need to do. The disgust. Can you feel the disgust like I can feel the disgust that lieutenant and these troopers had for me for simply exercising a right that they swore they would uphold? Wow. Listen, hit the like button, share this video anywhere you can on social media so it can be seen by as many people as possible. We can expose these tyrants. That's literally our only recourse for accountability. So it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comment section below. As always, stay safe.
Now frustration sets in. Years of experience, multiple unlawful arrests, zero accountability. The system repeats itself, complaints go nowhere, officers face no consequences. It's a cycle. And breaking that cycle requires exposure. Cameras don't lie. And that's exactly why they don't like them. Truth makes people uncomfortable.